Small Rebellions podcast. I'm Asher, and today we are going to be looking at the blog post Joyfulness is found in Thankfulness, which I wrote on November 14th, 2016, which is a pretty significant day because that was about 2 years after I had um, premiered my documentary on homelessness in Orange County. And, that was, yeah, I think I was feeling pretty nostalgic here. I'm always surprised. I've always feel like I have more words. Um, I felt like I had more words back then than I do now. Maybe I haven't grown in that way, but I'm just gonna read this um, to you, and we're gonna take a nice little trip down memory lane and a nice little bit of laughter. I think I just found out why some people are so happy, and it's because they choose to be thankful before anything else. I've loved college like Asher Roth has. Well, no, I haven't, quite frankly. I feel tied down. I do not see how another test and another paper helps me reach my potential. Sidebar, I know how that has helped me reach my potential now because it's workout and academic training and stuff like that. So, anyway, I didn't see it then, I see it now. However, last night I did something kind of crazy. It was a small rebellion of sorts. In a nation and a world that seems ungrateful for things are panning out, I decided to affirm as many people as I could that I am thankful for them. While I could only get to the conversations that I was currently having on the phone last night, to anyone who's reading this, I'm thankful for you. I'm thankful that God expressed himself and in that created you in your unique features. Who in our shortcomings sees you and me for who we are meant to be and who he hopes to form us to be as we trust him. Man, I thought I was Shakespeare, and to a certain extent I was because it's just darn confusing reading some of my stuff. For everything that happened last night in the many text conversations, and to those who did and did not reply to me, I'm thankful for all that happened in the wee hours of last night. I remember I was just sort of like calling people time after time after time, and people would just keep, picking up the phone, and it was really a great time. Um, I forget who exactly I talked to. I remember one, my buddy Nick. Um, but yeah, that was incredible. And then, like I said, today is also the 2-year birthday of my first feature film, which reminds me to be thankful for the many things I have, which include a roof over my head. If you follow the hyperlink, you can. I was still entrepreneur. You can buy, and um, it goes to charity and stuff like that. Um, Even in all of this, I remember a year ago going to Appalachia with a team of 20 to help those less fortunate than us. And while the weather and the travel were difficult, we were all thankful to not be behind a desk and to just be in the service of our God. I really could go on, and many of you know I could. Um, but today is a special day for me personally. It is the day I debuted my first feature. But before that, it Jesus has a plan and purpose for today, and I cannot be more excited for what it could all hold. Monday motivations today will be awesome. I am less optimistic than I was in this post, but still, there's a lot to appreciate, look back on, laugh at a little bit. I mean, I don't know. I think something that really comes up for me is just this. I look at this now and I see a lot of my trauma response. And so, for those of you who don't know, I'm adopted. For those of you who don't know, people who are adopted typically have a trauma response, and that trauma response is called fawning. So there's fight, flight, freeze, and fawn. So you fight something, you can become really combative, you can become really avoidant, you could become really you can freeze, and then you can become fawning, meaning you get really involved. And really the really involved stuff of it is it's really it's an insecure thing, and it also has a lot to do with wanting control. Like, you want people to like you, and so the way you get people to like you is by being nice to people, so they have no reason to be mean to you. And I'll be honest, I only really figured that out about maybe 1 or 2 years ago, that I was really doing this a lot, and it's taken me a little while to not just recognize it, but then actively make steps to grow out of it. But I think to the point, um, you can't really be joyful unless you're thankful. Like, joy is the overflow of thankfulness and love. Like, if you are not thankful for anything, there's no reason for you to be happy about anything. But if you find even just one thing to be like, well, I really don't deserve that, but I have it, that's enough to spark just a little bit of joy there. So I think as I'm doing this sort of podcast, just sort of going through the whole thing, I just how do I say this? I think it's really important to look and see if there are actually real small rebellions we can pull from all of this. And the first and foremost that I see, at least from that post, is find one thing to be thankful for and watch joy follow after that really quick. So, anyway, that is all. Hope you guys had fun. I'll see you on the next one.